haven't been through the mortgage origination process before, it is free. And I think the misconception for a lot of people is that they might have their own private banker, or they might bank with specific banks. They don't need a mortgage originator. I think one of the things in any market is that banks are hungry for business. And in many cases, your own bank, with all respect to banks, might be a little bit complacent about your account because they already have your account. So they might view you in a certain way. And when it comes to getting an interest rate, we all know you can negotiate interest rates with all banks, where you can be offered. So you might get prime less 0.5 or prime less 1, depending on your credit score. But generally, a mortgage originator will then go and shop around and go to all the different the top banks and a few other opportunities. And in many cases, it's another bank who's more hungry for your business and might actually offer you a much better rate than your current bank. So it really is a very, very useful process to go to. And that's why we highly, highly recommend, because it's all in the best interest of you getting the best rate, because over 20 or 30 years, a rate of 0.25 below prime or 0.5 can have a significant difference on your repayments every month.
And just from an administrative perspective, Steph, is that, we've got a dedicated home loan consultant here who will be able to negotiate on your behalf. So, Uber goes to all the top banks in South Africa and gets rates from each bank. And that just alleviates all the time that it takes to communicate, to engage, to send documentation to each individual bank. So from a time-saving perspective, I think Uber has got it waxed, and especially when we've got someone dedicated through to the project who has the ability to service you and get your financial needs sorted. The best way possible is to almost pre-qualify yourself now prior to the launch, so you know where you stand. But again, it also simplifies the process beyond that. So we know that you're going to have to sign your agreement, you're going to have to get your FICA documentation in. But if you've got a pre-qualification or an OBI certificate, an Uber bond certificate already, I think it just helps that process along quite significantly.
And I think, sorry, just to add, I think the biggest thing about that is to almost reverse engineer the process, so you actually know what you can afford. And I think that's quite a big thing about getting a pre-qualification done. So we'd highly, highly recommend it, to try and understand your own affordability so that you can select the unit that is best suited to your needs.